I didn't have a finance degree. In fact, I didn't even know what a stock really was until my mid-20s. But somehow, I made my first $10,000 in the stock market, starting with barely a few $100s. In this video, I'll take you step by step through how I did it, the tools I used, the mistakes I made, the strategies that worked, and what you need to know if you're just starting your investing journey. So if you're a beginner who's serious about building wealth from the ground up, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like, and let's break down how I turned a beginner's curiosity into real results. 2 years ago, I was working a job I hated. 9 to 5, low pay, high stress. And no matter how hard I worked, I always ended up broke by the end of the month. Credit card debt? $3,200. Student loans? Don't even ask. I knew something had to change. I started researching side hustles. YouTube, drop shipping, affiliate marketing. But everything felt overwhelming until I stumbled across a video about a janitor, Ronald Reed, who died with over $8 million from investing in stocks. I thought, if a janitor can do it, maybe I can too. That was the moment I decided to really understand how investing worked. At first, it was intimidating. P/E ratios, dividends, mutual funds versus ETFs. It sounded like a foreign language. But I promised myself, I'll learn just enough to get started and grow from there. Armed with a little knowledge and a whole lot of hope, I opened my first brokerage account. I had saved up $500. It felt like everything I had. I didn't want to waste time. I bought my first stock, a tech company someone on Reddit said was guaranteed to 10x. Spoiler, it didn't. In fact, within a week, the stock had dropped 30%. My stomach sank. I panicked. I sold it immediately, locking in my loss. That was my first hard lesson. Emotion is your enemy in the stock market. I didn't research the company. I didn't understand the business. I was chasing hype, but I didn't give up. Instead, I doubled down, not on stocks, but on my education. After that loss, I stopped trading for a while. I spent weeks reading books like The Intelligent Investor and watching hours of Warren Buffett interviews. I learned about long-term investing, about value versus growth, about the power of compound interest and dividend reinvestment. I started slow. I picked just 3 companies, ones I truly understood: a consumer goods giant, a tech leader, and a healthcare staple. I read their financials. I looked at their 10-year history. I treated it like a business. This time, I invested $300 and held firm. No panic selling. I ignored the noise. I tracked my progress monthly, not daily. And something amazing happened. After 6 months, my portfolio was up 12%. Not huge, but steady and solid. For the first time, I felt in control. That's when it clicked. Real wealth in stocks isn't made by chasing trends. It's made by staying disciplined, patient, and informed. After 6 steady months, I doubled down on what worked. Every paycheck, I funneled 20% straight into my brokerage account. I called it my freedom fund. I stopped chasing the next big thing. No more penny stocks. No more crypto FOMO. I focused on consistent, boring companies with a long track record. Businesses that make money even in a recession. I diversified slowly. Added an index fund. REIT. I didn't try to time the market. I just stayed in it. By the end of year 1, my $300 had grown into $1,600. Modest? Maybe. But I finally had a strategy that didn't give me anxiety at night. Year 2, I kept at it. The market dipped, and I bought more. When others were afraid, I remembered Warren Buffett's words. Be greedy when others are fearful. I automated my contributions. I subscribed to a few investing newsletters. I tracked earnings calls. I didn't just invest. I learned. By the end of year 3, my portfolio crossed $25,000. And that was the moment I knew I wasn't just investing anymore. I was building wealth. If I could sit down with my younger self, I'd tell him 3 things. First, you don't need a lot of money to start. You need discipline. I started with $300 and a habit. Second, don't chase trends. The stock market rewards patience, not panic. The flashiest investments usually crash the hardest. And third, the real flex? Peace of mind, knowing I had a plan, that I wasn't depending on luck anymore. Today, I'm still growing, still learning, but I'm not broke and I'm not scared. I've got freedom. I've got options. And if you're watching this and thinking, I'm too late, you're not. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. If this story lit a fire in you, don't let it burn out. Subscribe for more real, relatable money stories. And drop a comment below. What's your first step starting today? Let's grow together.